Nice, very, very nice. Threatening you on the answer phone, and the deputies are giving you a hard time. I think they're getting both. They're not knowing if they're coming or going. They might know. You're real black and white. Pull up here. You will go to the bathroom. You are recording. All right, man. So you got that. You're recording. But you're trying to do a rescue, and you're not trying to do a bar rescue. But you want a little bit of sense of humor here, because you don't want to act like a hyperventilated area of a very distressed lady, distressed to going down the tubes. You want to act like you're funny, friendly about this. Now, there's a little bit trying to act as if it's prejudicial, not prejudicial. To stipulate, let's get Darren, the nice, because of Darren, sir, attorneys, and give you a little bit of your elbow room, do your thing over here. Yeah, a little bit of elbow room. So you might have to even be representative of, he might ask you, Mr. Trump might ask you to help too, see? You never know about that. And, we have to try to be careful not to have contact too much with Orange County right now. That they're more Gila type Leviathan than the rest. They're hit a little bit more harder. Gila, not to get hysterical though too much. To be mindful of what's her name over there, Lisa Lee Allred, and that's right where I went when it first happened. I went right with Francis. I dropped some films off and went right over there. Thinking girls, women, they slap you silly, do something real, real bad. And mind about Ray, it's Steve's mom. They, do not do drugs. That Ray. They do Abu Ghraib wrong. Don't do drugs, Ray. Something wrong with that picture. I put Abu Ghraib. Oh yeah, well, you don't tell me. I'm my own judge. Oh yes, you might like that better. Oh yes, sir. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay. So let's see if we get this. So we want to just keep not a big old charade about the whole thing, but a nice little zero in on a few nice little areas of right in the driver's seat, right up the showroom floor, black and white checker flag, $1 million of these mindsets. How we might want to make a film here, or share a film, or even if it may not be the best. But if I were the one with no, I was not with that woman either. Aside from that, the stipulation of we're going to have to address it by the Supreme Court as we go through this to know for sure if we ask to stage a 6 to 3 on a double, and no time to waste, and that your end over here, and you have to address advice if you could or would for the plenipotentiaries of international laws and for the local and regional areas need to have some kind of mechanism to bypass these types of inundations with communicable monsterization of anatomy. See, and by knowing very, very well that most of the homosexual, a little bit of activity leads in spaceship abuse and in sorcery abuse leads to unfathomable. We might have thought, you never know, piping and stuff like that. We might have even thought that at first. But next thing you know, everything to do with played on your B this, played on your B that, played on your B that, and everything falls apart. We almost lost the worlds. So how and why Steve all of a sudden picked up, got on his bike, and kind of take advantage of that I would do. So with a pass the baton and resituate the censor stipulation being given here, and by that I mean or stipulate that you do the work. Pay the man, do the work, do a good job. Yes, sir. You mean do a good job? You mean instead of what did you? What you about to? Yeah, everybody. Ricky Arroyo did the whole Easter and popped everybody's behind. What am I supposed to say? Not everybody, but almost. Him alone? A parasite? How am I supposed to tell a woman that? And these types of ledgers over here in local areas trying to come over here and buddy and then do a sting on Steve. And you know what? This court, now I do want to pass the baton. I do want to resituate the censor. I don't want to be a big takeover. Look at me. I might look like a Democratic on a helium, the doctor, but I'm not that good. So I would take advantage and hurry up and take the baton. See if you could hurry. Because this doesn't happen that often. It's usually a D plus or a C minus in things and matters. And this particular way of sequestering or bringing to the tables or individuals, even bringing back to life. Unbelievable. And someone's got to give me some. Maybe not you're not the type that. Maybe who would be the right type to go work and play with Steve? And then again, we see this change of characters and personalities has come about because Beto and the hijacking, not drugs now. We'll get to that another day, but stay focused on this first, please. And the care and wherewithal that people don't harm, hurt, and people's individual capacities and freedoms, and the stipulation Beto, ill-commandeered. You mean so when it looks like it's everything to do with let's trick Steve behind his sight. So you look at Steve's sight, a lot of it, it's everything to do with the world as we see it. It might have had been a little bit of that before, but not the full entrenched, all full blown. See? And so I was not with that woman, and that's all I could say. And there's other talking back when you, and the detectives, oh, she is, let me look. No, I never looked, and that sort of thing. A little bit, to go a little bit on that way about it, but to pass towards an attorney point of view about it, and sharing attorney's point of view representation. And you mean to try to tell me you're trying to do good? So first you have to. I never did it. So to try to give it to you, and that's what Beto's trying to do here, and misconstrue. So what we're trying to do and say and share is bring about a phone bridge. Why you would say it like a lunatic 20 million times? Well, it would want to share that why, and that why would be this reasoning, with a phone bridge being implied and with no sign whatsoever, like a clean getaway, a blackout on the whole matter, except for what Steve, he went to town writing this, that, and the other. A news blackout. And Beto being the camera. Now we had shared reports of aliens, extraterrestrials that were cameras back in the day. The camera, his head is a camera. Look at a guy walking on a camera head. And not only that, he eats scalpels, matrix scalpels. People like going out of style, which is one thing about an all-in-one security possibility when you're cadavering them. And that was a complaint of everybody and his brother were flying saucers with levercocks like Sandra Hutchins and saucer crews, levercocks, and the things that come out of there. All of a sudden, you come out, ohm in on a poop shoot. And anybody that was anybody without being provoked. Next thing you know, that's one thing to have a bad habit like that. Next thing, the whole world and planet, the binary, every creepy living thing dissolves in the thin air. Like the sin of sinnest sins you could ever imagine. In the thin air. The whole thing. The binary that every creepy living thing gets emulsified up. And let me try, let me do it. No. So what I need, or you need, or what we need, well, I do as your parents say, and not as your parents do approach, which could leave us very much straight leveled right there. Straight leveled, straight up. I don't care what from who to Adam to do it. One could want to pretty strongly argue that very vociferously. Right? You just make that one thing just in case. And so, he wants to come here, and they want to. So whatever parents, his parents, do as one's parents would say, and that they do, and what have us. Your parents, and my parents, somebody's parents, the assimilation of that, or that higher authority figure do it, and so that one, in case anybody thinks they do or don't have a demerit in it, what have us, especially if Ricky shared information, he went out popping everything and made victims out of you. What am I going to say? What is somebody going to say? All that. And so by Steve becoming Mr. Law Ledger guy over here, now I got to pass this, I can't do this, you get pretty good in a lot of ways. Compelling, yeah. You haven't seen nothing yet. That shows somebody really good. So Gumlea cashed out, Mccormick cashed out, but I like those guys a little bit. So but to cash out, to go and give the monies towards an evil murdering even more so, and ruin the world's even more so worse, instead of towards a good treasury area or good areas of cashing out. I didn't see jack squat. I looked at it. I didn't see no money trail. Questions that would come up so bad, so quick. Throw the book away forever on that one. However, Steve maintains this argument very strongly that the deputies here, knowing for sure, an end times type of situation did occur. Very much so. And to make it worse instead of better isn't a very nice thing to do. Someone had to give an effort to, whether it was designated or paid $50 paid player, do not pass go. Whether the 30 men on a job site, you do this, you do that, you do that, you do that, you do that, you do that. I'm not funny. You're not funny. In this particular area, or in this particular case, or in this particular experiences, when I'm out in the military, all of a sudden, or hit them up by something. Nothing funny in life. I'm better. Nothing funny. Oh, yes, sir. So from that point of view, but then again, a tiny bit of funny friendly. So how to make this a 9-minute, 9-second deliberation? Do the work, pay the man, do the work, do a good job. Complain of supernovae heavens, miss. Is that a supernovae heavens? Yeah, somebody in real bad trouble. That's super obvious. And yeah, it looked like you got a little something on it. You got a little characteristic. Yeah, I don't want to be bragging about it too much, but it wound up being. It used to be a dud. They used to say it. I'll be kind of frank and friendly about it over here. It used to be a dud, and I can handle it. I can handle it. I can handle it. And so get working. And so there's nothing funny or friendly. We get some judges out here, and except for making sure that cut the get the shut the do. Next case. And try to get things back on track. You get your own individualities, individual capacities. Make sure that we have the lead people in the lead positions are always first. That is your skeleton crews of authority and leadership. If something like this comes up, or if you need a super tap of the such, let's get back to Beto, though. Let's not skip back and forth, though. And so there could be quite a bit of and then so yeah, one time OJ Simpson, one time in 1915 a little bit. No, it wasn't yet. I thought he was a couple of no yet, and I thought, but anyway, and I didn't really agree too much that they should have thrown the book at him in Las Vegas if he was, kind of worth a lot of money and stuff, and someone copyright went. I didn't think that was out of line for him to, follow up and some sneaky stuff on it. That was evident. I'm not really wanting to know the facts, the material facts, but that's a little bit how I felt the second time around. I was a little bit pushy. He must have but then again, I was also, during the studying and collecting information there, with George Bush Jr., yeah, you must have knew about the terrorist strike, the terrorist bomb strike. You must have knew it. And I was a little bit pushy that way. But it turned out also that the attorney generals, they had a little bit more one up on information and safety matters than the administrative and even the CIA is. Even when the drums of chemical canisters was the big question back then at the Iraq impasse there, back in the day there, see? So there is or was a place for this sooner or later to be an arbitrary type of hopefully endeavor, sell it to the DOD contracting, let them try to sell it to them, let them do it or something. I'm in the money. I didn't mean to be that. I was kind of going that way with it. That way with it, I would figure it'd be a public safety resource somehow or another if pass the baton. Very much to do with okay, now back to you. And after a little while, you hear that I hear them. They're working it. Oh, they are working it. And I would hear that you guys would be conversing with it over here and over here and over there. And you have your technicians use your mixers, put a mixing board in front of it, right over here. A mixing board, and Barbara Bush, and I can hear that yelling and all the N-word, and Barbara Bush, and the seniors, and innocent elderly hearing all that too. And that's not good. For those reasons, that's not good. I don't know anything about it. The innocent elderly, we want to be a we and take responsibility. And I don't want to be too much of it. I see if you're a little bit kind of good who wants to pass it along, though. See? And so everybody murdered and nuclear refurbished all day long, all last year. Many, many times. All day long, all last year alone. And that was because Beto and Don Trump seemed to nuclear attack and Seal Beach naval weapons, that you would S your pants so bad and would have burned in so bad a H to even think that Nancy would joke about that. And studying this very, very well, And studying a fleshy corpse's rot is not even, could it even compared to be funny. The only thing funny is make sure you can have her looking cute, and so you can get her to where she got to go. If you ever had to do that, blood work or something like that, make sure you get her where she got to her next. And don't be talking, don't be past what the other guy's doing and blood work type of deal. They want over and own you and monsters and so Westminster police. I would not. I would stay away from those. And you protect yourself at all times, and do not do not go out of your way to harm Steve or pull a try on Steve or whatever you do. Okay, whatever you do. I don't blame you. It passed the baton, resituates us. Hurry! I can't blame me for that. Well, you guys are doing a lot better job, I would think. Too much Steve. You disagree? And so, by having a no type of relationship with the entity, or having somebody that I tell you what I do, I'll find somebody go play with that TV, go have somebody work this for you. This is the entity thing. If it isn't your best, I can do something else that's kind of better in this angle, from that angle, that angle, that angle. I would look at it like that too. And from being an artist and linguistic as well, and sounds, I was able to apply artistic areas of trying to maximize the. And it makes you get thrilled. Get a nice little younger looking one, looking a little happy, and looking more like that. Yeah. No, where's another one? Yeah, a little bit. Get him smiling now. You never saw me. I never. Okay, I never saw you. So, no. If he never saw me and he's happy doing something, you never saw me. That's funny, maybe. I don't know why, but. And so anyway, that is. Oh, he's an attorney. Yeah. And so you know what I can do. You know what and Bob Anderson is he is so dangerous. Why Nancy that somebody doesn't put him in a sling? Hurry! And so they go trying to sell the worst element of pre-planners of do every living thing off in creation. Read my lips. Local areas of pass the wrong type of information. No, they did the wrong things and passed with every inclination and intention of doing us all away instead, and that was Steve Howison's. And I'm pretty sure that it could have had a different set of group of deputies, and something else could have ensued. But as I say, there was a Rick Arroyo parasite. That is, Steve, I don't want to tell you that you made these. You made them, Steve. What do you mean I made them? Look over at them, around them, and made them. I'm going to give you I made them. But, on one hand, you're not going to argue like that to me, are you? No. Or the other way, are you? Yeah. You made them. How do I want to die? Excuse me. So, oh yes, made you too. And you're an alien also, but not a supreme being as you think. But I bet you can, now you want to come off and act like if you went to another city for a while, and maybe it could work out a little bit. We went to Hard Knocks, but I don't want that. I would have said the same argument. So the same arguments could have pulling teeth and all that, and so go running away. But at the same time, I try to come back and stay in Orange County to be an ideal of being efficient. And you better go over there. You got to put it in reverse. Go over far and yonder to go put it in reverse. You put it right back in the epicenter where you're, if that is true or not true, put it in reverse as much as you can. But you know right from wrong. First of all, do we communicate right here, yes or no? Guilty as charged. I have to get him in the military. He said, you're going to make the military look bad. The law has to know the truth of the matter. You have to answer your communication and not jive, and give it back to you, and not make Steve look like a baboon. And plus, if I made yous, and you guys were reportedly, when I go to sleep, being whisked down in a vapor of some sort when I fell asleep, we have to make sure you get and the leadership positions get something to do with a role in the cemeteries of life, advances and departures. Reason being, 35 years old is the going rate of my types and these types of situations. And Steve's at 62. And the inventions, no other, hardly any other civilization going to come this far, long and short of it. They get emulsified by setting you up as look, Joe Dunsford's on the loose. Has everything to do with work to do, like a mofo, real bad, real seriously. Not complaining and lying and blah, blah, blah. All right, I tell you what, they said, pay the man, do the work, do a good job. That would go over a lot better than you did that, you did not, you did that, you did, and Beto needs to be replaced. And we've got 5 or 6 or 7 that need to be silently erased, to put it nicely, in a nice reservoir maybe or something. But to control or have operational custody or know-how and expertise on the cemeteries of life. And so that whoever, however, either whether it's a whisk of vapor when you go to sleep, you know all the trick that you have to explain that to the deputy. You better explain it for the record, because if you put it on there for the record, this way we knows that we put it right there. Put it there. And to try to be friendly and try not to pull the old wool on the old deputy's eyes. And you might be able to say that nice and free over here. And you had good hopes. You were up there looking for a place to maybe preside, just in case Orange County was being a blow-it scene. A little bit too conservative over here, a little bit, something not right about it. And so, by everything to do it, pass the baton, do a good job. And money's, even my money's, I don't know that much. That there was reports of periodic monies that was received at the times that I didn't know about, unfortunately enough. But yes, I think I was mature enough to ask, share, stipulate, pay, reserve to bring about monies for other people to do the work. It look a lot better than Steve doing it all the time. Maybe it's something more in common than Steve. Maybe a little bit to the left, musician, the conservative, liberal that way, a little bit understatement in a way, but maybe conservative special in a way this way. Maybe the right type of person to go hang with Steve. The right type of go between. It's very much of a pass the best of it on. We situate the censor. I don't understand. Let me see. Oh, that look good enough for me. Never saw that. That's speed right there. That speed. Let's keep this clean and within the ranks of only not too many. Why that type of flirtatious on the outside? Because monster ways of all of a sudden your anatomy changes. Real terribly bad is what we saw. And you wouldn't want to look at it again. And we have our gentleman over here standing by. We don't want them Gila monsteritized at murder magic complaints of supernovae heavens. Yes, sir, complaint. Yes. Supernovae, yeah, wait, I'm not done. Unless it's our general guy, unless it's him over here, then that is an exception right there. Calling Kevin Craddock. because this is a senior situation over at Nellis, and we have to make a absolute, unequivocal move and maneuver, money-wise, a $70 million package to not only ensure that they are the operational um, arm and strong arm of being sure that the skeleton crew of the U.S. it is not whooshed off their feet, that somebody turns their face on it, and Beto is out with cracking jokes about it and doing the worst which wrong thing. And if I saw what else he did and when he shared, you would go to the bathroom too, Steve, and everyone taking you being not even nice about it. Is that not, and that is not. So not only is this, and so Joe Dunsford was doing, and Damien is a Leviathan mitochondria infused DNA type of embarkment on you're not going to have a girlfriend or a wife for long when they're around because one up and guess what we do and did we do with them behind your back, see, and that is not the nicest thing that we want to have. Gloria Allred got hit, and so you want to act like you're protective as your sister getting mad at somebody on vodka for a recording mechanism. You're trying to act out as though just in case. No, yet. Unless the resurrected got massacred because don't understand word love, understand La Verga and rape and murder. Would you like some, Steve? Because Beto wanted to be even worse than a possibility of a security, and that isn't what he turned out to be. And so, by any angle, all of a sudden, one trying to look at it, you must be the bad guy here. How about here? How about there? And as many times as even Blue Angel flights over above 15 years back, people very much so, very often forgot how to say, Scribs, Stephen B. Schofer, I put out, and you guys need to, hurry up and grin. I never murdered. See, everybody murdered in this business. We got to be cool about it. If I told you want to kill me, you kill me. You know what I'm saying? So you can do is say, like everybody. You can't do is say like everybody. You're supposed to be like everybody. You want to, you can't do that. You got to agree upon that like everybody murdered it. They're doing it. So how and why that would be when asshole Ricky popping every behind them and made them their slave, some kind of a slave or objection. You can't use that stipulated subversive friend line on warfare or not. Oh, yeah, sorry, Gloria already a lady, lady interest, sir, Your Honor, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I agree. I agree very much so. And so I never murdered. I know. I never just finding out about it. Not so. Not so. To say nuclear furbished, you're just finding calling me a liar about that. And one thing in life, to not be lying to color people or any other people, is to say, even if whomever made whatever, it still, even if you went out with it and you claimed that even they were your kids, even if they weren't free kids, you got an obligation to act as if they're yours, even any which way it was suggested of you, could also have been the deal. And so, but everything about Steve, the worst thing you have to worry about, is one, he might hit you up for some cookware or tools, and you might have to not spend $30 or $20 in a sale out there that the cops give him a break, a break down out of LA. You know what I could have did to you, Steve, on there or there. And so, if you ever had to worry about a Steve, a Steve, yeah, a Steve, a Steve, yeah, a Steve. No, easy. So I would really, really, really seriously take it very, very seriously that Somebody around here find the right go-between, and as fast as you can say malarkey, not malarkey, lickety split, what have us, establish a ground control type division unit, which we were over here, and that these guys would be the best at that. These guys, he voted, I was, my voting record, your voting record, but I'm not. Now this is a lucky strike, so please hurry up and take advantage, because Steve's on a lucky roll. Clown is beginning to no, and I really think it's something to. I got a pair of nines. Jacks are better. I can't. I don't know. I'm the right person. Personal thing against Steve. Until you saw Beto, and if Steve forgot to murder Devil Style, and that helps our security. See, and I don't want you got victimized back in the day, and because of that, they think they got you and own you. I know you got victimized and hit. Rick did the Eastern Seaboard, you got hit too. So try to look at it as victimization. Be strong about that. Teach the psychiatric people to look at the mutations that's so terrible. And if you forgot to look up an ugly thing, you know, out of your way to go look up monster porn, or somebody will knock you silly, your mother would knock whatever. You know, don't ever. What is wrong with you? And think that it's a game or a jive thing to have Orange County coming over there giving you bad advice so they can make you victims of this. And you start out, you get bigger and you get bigger and you do real bad things and monsteritize. And Don was doing Milky Ways off at a time. And what are you telling me for? I'm going to be a dead man to know that, sir. The need to pull the P or whoever had a stipulation of a higher density mass and kind of a record the other way about it, to pull them aside. Not an easy job. 32 years sometimes life expectancy. Setups like this. And if you think another civilization is going to stand the chance, as far as this one has gone, that you let this fall, I really believe it. You can say forensics all day long. Yeah, I've had forensics too. Oh, you're right here too. And so, new types of extra forensics, incorporating the old and the new, looking towards the future. Looking towards the future. Figuring out a way for the administration to either sack Don Trump and get somebody in there, just in case, or figure out how to pull him aside so he isn't picking on Steve all day long, trying to bump him off all day long, and indeed had long passed the baton, resituated censor, and isn't really Beto every 5 minutes in disguise. And the study furtherance of what constitutes a parasite complete and total takeover of a person. In those circles, and back to ground control units and monies, my monies. No. Ricky had devised and Beto scalpel them and suck them up and owns them like a parasite. Stomach item war prize belly item trophy. So you guys, for the most part, are stomach item war prize trophies in Beto's belly. Just about dead meat for good, like a purgatory deal so bad and you would sell to him so quick, so fast, unless we were able to get this up here fast, and like with no sense of doubts whatsoever that he is a raccoon and they are cockroach in disguise magicians. You are not. Neither are you. You might have an alien. I got them on my. You might or may not. But the cemeteries of life for one, and I need 16 constellations with all the trim and stuff. I got a nice couple. Got that real good with hybrid. That supervisory on Steve Greer type people, especially him. They're not more and more and more of the same up everyone's butt. Oh, you're kidding. Exactly that. So if it looked like it was rambling on too much and is stipulated, these types of 7-hour inquiries at the Rayburn building have to sit through and you hear them sleeping through it, and they don't sleep. It's, they're the Rayburn building type of where it is supposed to go to. And this outfit, these companies, Steve is the ones that are most qualified to, even if it holds Steve's hand, and then, just keep a muzzle on him a little bit, try to really figure out how to muzzle a little bit. And, but be certain to use this safety screen around him, that little extra super invisibility, super extra little bit. Yeah, it looked like there's something going on there. You don't feel like socking or punching. You didn't beat anybody. You hit an old lady or anything. No, I never did do it. I do that, sir. He must have done something. No. He must have done something. But other than that, a little bit of the diplomatic immunities on this, extraordinary, wanting this to mix up the treaties, international treaties, U.S. treaties, and not get sidetracked. Izzy, did you get him? Did you get him? Did you get him? Did you get him? And not want to have that written all over your face, whatever. It could make you very vulnerable. And so, yes, I was going to get married to Winnie Bro for a little bit there. She's way too good for me, you know that. But anyway, and she did get hit, and that was true about Tustin. And I was there. I tried to make a scene. And my gas can out here now, at $1 trillion a day. And you guys got some of the money, which is good if to try to keep the governance. But not if everything to do with up my butthole any which way, going down, down, down. So if you want to look like a meanie and a bad person, and Kathy's area of a real bad thing she did, and stalks everything I say and do on this platform, even ate the admiral up, ate him, the admiral firstly assigned, ate him. Oh, honey, and she acts like and Beto ate her. And the Sandra Hutchins deal. Now, if Nancy seems to bring him back, what is it? If the cat had 9 lives, Nancy bring him back? I have to know, some way or another, to get secondary cooperation on miracles, super miracles, like nuclear refurbish. I have to know that. I get, I'm too busy holding the lines over here and over there and over there. It's not funny. You maybe not you, but maybe I wouldn't know so. But I could. Well, one time I had a job. I could use them. I couldn't use them for anything. I don't know what to use them for. On trade, sometimes you use people for things or work. So one time I had a job. I could use it. So I'm back over here, and surprisingly enough, Steve did deliver for us, I believe. Surprisingly enough. And so, to not call me a hotshot, to wanting to pass the baton and resituate this. It's not like I don't want to. See? They're trying to say you see, not no, let's be a pervert Robert Handy problem. Please. So, this is not really police. The brainwave, a little bit of hormone levels up, a little bit about chief scientists and some other area of the combo pack about it. And Milky Way's off at a time is very, 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 very unstable about this. So that is the way, some of the ways. And there's getting in the way, and there's part of the way. And so, actually, Steve did like your presence there, even though it's shocking, even though, Milky Way's off at a time. Makes you a nice guy. Sorry to say. I gotta start running. I gotta running. Damn, running fast. But this is not a 8% homicide deal where somebody was doing twice, 33 times a better job. So I need you to have an old acquaintance. Oh, that! Without being a Gallagher too much about it. Oh, that! Okay, well, do a good job. Hurry, I'm running along. I better not talk. And people are, you have their attention up. All of a sudden, they see a ghost and they get mad. And that will happen a little bit in a time when you and your and the police and other areas and using our earthly terrain as a nice satellite, not a provocative, do every living thing off satellite. That area of easy. And back to the installation commanders over here. These men need to be worked with. They need to be right here, right now, at Ballard, about five compound home, right there, starting up with our cameras set up to build and agreed upon. Oh, no more ready mealing. Oh yeah? I'm running out of batteries. I can lose this whole video. I got to close it. Now exiting the system, I'm going to come back over here and try to work in all the way as much as some phone calls right here and here. Over and out, sir. Your Honor, sir. May good Lord be protected, served, far and free away from disdain and disaster on this day, the 5th of March, 2019. Sir, Your Honor, sir. Over and out, sir.